This is an interview for the Eat Street Oral History Project, sponsored by the Whittier Alliance. It is Saturday, March 11, 2017, and I'm here at the Whittier Alliance office with Hung Dong from the Chung Tan Market. Brad Baker is video recording the interview, and Christina Lee, Hung's daughter, is also here with us today in case we need any interpretation along the way.
Yes.
My name is Kim Hakela. I own and operate Spotlight Oral History. And today I'll be talking to Hung about her personal experiences, the history of her store, and turning Nicollet Avenue into Eat Street. So welcome, Hung, and thank you so much for agreeing to do the interview.
My pleasure.
So can you just start, Hung, by saying your name and spelling it for us?
Yes. My name is Hung Lan Dong. Hung, first name H-U-N-G. Middle name L-A-N-H. And the last name D-U-O-N-G.
Thank you.
Yes.
And tell us again, and perhaps you can spell it as well, the name of your store.
Yes. My store name Chung Tan. T-R-U-O-N-G. And then other words, T-H-A-N-H.
And is it Chung Tan Market or grocery
Market.
or market?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the current address of the store?
2520 Nicollet Avenue South.
Now that's not where it was when it opened, right? You opened it, your father opened it somewhere else. Where was the first location?
Oh,
You
that's
don't even need the address.
yeah. I try to remember the number. It is 11th Street, between Nicollet and 11. You know, right in the corner. Yeah, but on 11th Street. Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, and what year, and we'll talk more about this
Yes.
as we go on, but what year did you move from that location to your current location?
Okay, I started the business is 1988, and then I moved to 2520 Nicollet is I think 91. Yeah, 88,
Okay.
89, 90, 91, maybe around
Okay.
that. Yes.
Okay. And do you own or operate any other businesses?
No.
One is enough.
Once enough. Yes.
All right. And do you also live in Whittier?
I live in Brooklyn Park. Yes.
Have you ever lived in Whittier?
No.
Okay, you've just done your business here.
Only business. Yeah.
And how would you identify yourself racially or ethnically? What is your ethnic background?
Would you help me?
She's Chinese and
Vietnamese. Yes. Sorry about. Yes. Our family, I should say, we are Chinese because my parents are from China, Chinese. I was born in Vietnam. Yes.
All right, so, well, that's a good segue because I'd like
Yeah.
to talk to you a little bit about
Yeah.
growing up in Vietnam and how you managed to get to the United States from Vietnam.
Yes.
So can you tell us what year you were born
1950.
and what part of Vietnam?
Saigon.
Okay.
Yes.
And were you in Cho Lan? And
Uh,
then sister?
Gia Leung.
Cho Lan?
Saigon. Yeah, oh, you know Gia Leung in Saigon. Oh, you went there.
Yes,
Yes,
I have.
yes,
actually been there,
yes.
So that's part of it,
Mhm.
yeah. And how many of there were you, of you were there in your family?
My family, okay, my mother have 8 children. I'm the oldest one in
The
the
oldest of
family.
all 8.
Yes. And then I have 4 children. That means Christina and other 3. So 4 children.
Okay.
And my husband. That's in Vietnam. Yes.
And he's in Vietnam still?
Yes. And then I have my father, mother over there too, because you asked me how many people in Vietnam, right? Yes.
And I know your father especially is important to the story of your store. So
Yes.
what is his name and how do you spell his name?
Okay. First name Xuong. Middle name Mau. And the last name Duong.
And how do you properly pronounce his first name?
First name Sung.
Sung?
Yeah, Sung.
Okay. And what about your mother's name? What was her name? And how do you
First
spell it?
name Muoi. And then middle name is Ly. And then last name Duong. Yes.
And eight, so you were one of 8 children. And how many boys and how many girls in your family?
4 and 4.
4 and 4.
Yes.
Even split.
Yes.
And how about your own children? You have Christina here.
Yes. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. Christina is the older daughter. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about what your family and your parents did in Vietnam. How did they earn a living?
Yes. My father have herb store, since I am 5 years old. So I grew up, in the herb store with my father, mother. That's how he do that business every day. And then when we grown up, then my mother have more free time, so he opened small shop in, they say like market, in the market, to sell something. She liked to do the own business too. So my father do the herbs store, my mother do the small shops, like lady use something, yeah.
So both of your parents were business
Oh,
owners.
yes.
They ran their own shops and
Yes.
stores, and so you grew up in that environment.
In the business family a lot, and I learned a lot from my father. The herbs thing I help. I like it to help, so that's why how I can learn it more.
And
Yes.
was he intentionally teaching you about herbs? Was it just something you were absorbing because you were in the store?
I absorb it. I listen. When my father take the pot, someone come, my father check, and my father will ask the person what condition or whatever. Then my father have told him, see the tongue and see the eye, and check the paw, and he know what is it. So he write like description, and then he will put the herbs together and tell someone say, you cook these herbs to drink, but don't eat this, that, because that situation is not good, so, yeah.
Now,
So I listen a lot for that. Mm-hmm.
So did he have any kind of formal training to become an herbalist, to be a doctor?
You mean in the family?
Mm-hmm.
I think that time I was so young, still young, like high school or, lower than that. So because my personal, like to learn, to hear and help. Stand there, help them in learning. So that's why, but he didn't really teach. But he did teach sometimes, some part, not like the whole thing. Yes. Mm. Is that he asked? Yeah, my father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my father in China. He already read a lot book about the earth. Read a lot. So he really interesting to learn that. But that time is just a World War II done. So I don't think he really go into school for that. but he read a lot. He learned a lot from the book. And then he bring the book to Vietnam, continue read and learn.
So he was self-taught, he did a lot of studying?
Yes, study by himself a lot. Yes, and then so many friends and relatives do the herbs too, my relative.
So aunts, uncles?
Yes,
whole
yes, everyone I see
family?
is a herb. Everyone, yes. So they study together, get more experience. Yes.
Now, did both your mother and father, were they both born in China? And then
Yes.
they both moved to Vietnam?
Yes.
And do you know about when they moved?
Okay, my father come to Vietnam when he, I think, I don't know, 24, 25 years old, something like that. But my mother is my grandfather mother, bring her to Vietnam when she only 3 years old. My mother.
So she mostly remembers, or most
Vietnam.
of her life was in Vietnam?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. And did your siblings, your brothers and sisters, also help in your mother and father in their respective stores?
Oh, other brother, sister, some, yes.
But you
I'm the
especially.
most, yes. Because I'm older in the family, I always have to help and take care things. Yeah.
Because you're the oldest.
Yes, yes.
And did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, yes, I did. Yeah. Every day after school, put down the backpack and say, Mother, what you need to help? Then I go help her in the kitchen, right? Even the outside the business, because in Vietnam, we do business in the same house. We live in the same house. Not like here, we business far away and house far away, so in the same house. So the herb store in the front, in the back is kitchen. The upstairs, we have 3 levels upstairs to live. So the one house.
All in
Yeah.
one spot.
Yes, yes. That's why mother need help, I help mom. And mom say no, and then fun need help, I go to the fun.
So it's not like going across town
Yes,
to go to one store or the
yes,
other, or home.
yes.
And what language or languages did you speak, or do you speak still?
In the family, you mean?
Yeah.
Most Vietnamese. Yes. But I speak Chinese, Cantonese, and Mandarin. Yeah.
So 4 languages.
Yes, yes,
Very impressive.
yes.
So when did you meet your husband?
What year you born? Sorry. Meet, that means not marry.
Yeah, meet and then marry.
Oh, yeah. I meet my husband when I was so young because we are very close, house very close. We just like friends, I think that time maybe I'm 16, kind of early, but friend. Yes, we've been known together 7 years, and then we get married.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what year was that then, about that you got married?
Yes,
So early
70.
70s,
Yeah. I'm
70s.
sorry, I cannot remember.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
yes. Mm.
Okay. But, so, that was during the war years?
Oh, yes. Every day we see people running, and even though we see at night, we see fighting. We see it. Wow, we live in city. Lucky we don't get hurt anything, but scary. Yes.
Were any of your family members involved in the war?
In war is not like my family, brother, sister, still not. My husband did. Yeah.
Did he serve in the military?
Yeah.
For the
That
South?
time. Yeah, that time, yes. Mm-hmm.
And so, you may have just said this, and now I've forgotten, but of your 4 children, were
Yeah.
they all born in Vietnam?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And what was it like to be working and having children in the middle of a war during those war years?
Oh, yeah, it's difficult, but my parents very nice. They want me to bring all children to live with my parent, my mother. I say that's the house, one house. Yeah. So my husband have to go to work, right? And I at home take care of the 4 children and helping my parents do the business. So it is difficult, yes.
And what did your husband do for work before military?
No, he in school.
He was in school.
Yeah, in school,
And
yeah.
what was he studying?
He's studying like Moses math, toán á, mấy cái toán á, math. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yes.
So you came, if I'm remembering right from our first conversation, you said that you came to the United States in 1979
Yes,
by way of a refugee camp
yes,
in Malaysia, is that right?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got from Vietnam to the U.S.?
Oh, yes. Our family, like I say, we have 8 brothers, sister, right? And 4 children. And that time, my 2 older 2 brother have girlfriend. So adding 2 girlfriend. So with my parents, total is 15 people. 15 people. She was only 4 years old. My youngest one only like 6 months that time. Yeah. And then we all try to skip. Nobody know. Like, my friend, they try to get the boat, get the place to all people go down. Of course, they have to pay a lot of money in that area, but how they do it, we don't know. All we need to know is family have to pay them how much, They use a gold, not money. Yeah. Then lucky that's my good friend, so they let a whole family go. So that time we go with, except my husband, that time, but 15 people. We go into the Vietnam, in the west side. In the west side, they buy the place, then we all get to the boat. Yeah, the boat go to Malaysia, but before we go there, we get a lot scary, happen. Scary. Should I tell all those things?
Whatever you're willing to share.
Yes. We go the boat like this, like almost down.
The water was
Rough, and the way they set up the boats, on the top's heavy. Everyone sit on the top, the bottom, nobody. So that's why we have to get off the boat, to fix it. Yeah, few days we live on that island, and so scary. Yeah, and that time, we have no more money to live there. We only a little money because we thinking we go now. We don't use it. We don't need to use money. Vietnamese money, we didn't have any. Plus, whatever I have, the goal, pay off already for the family goal. 15 people. So I pay whatever I have. And so that time we only have a little money to cook the rice only, to eat for 2 days. Yeah, tell you true. I say, the 3rd day, I say, no more money, I have to get the clothes. Her clothes, everyone bring a little bit clothes to go, right? everyone get me one, one pen or one whatever to sell. I have to sell to get money to cook rice.
So you have to sell your clothes, so you can.
Yes.
And so,
Yes.
so the money that you paid to get out of Vietnam was the money that you had earned and saved while you were working
Yes.
at home,
Yes.
and then to get out of the country.
Oh yes.
You have
Pay. We don't have any because big family, So that time I said, oh no, sell clothes, only eat for 2 days, then no more clothes to sell, no more. Oh my goodness, should I tell you? That day I'm so sad, and I said, oh, no more money. Nobody can borrow because everyone need money to go. That time I found the gold. I found the gold train necklace. Honest tell you, I know that is someone in the bowl, people, same bowl, they maybe somehow they drop it, But if I ask them, I give back to them, they will say thank you very much, right? But our family, 15 people, no money. So I have to keep that. I tell myself, I know, I have to keep that, and to try to sell to the people who there to get some money, because we don't know how many days we have to stay there,
So was this, where were you at this point? Was it at the refugee camp or
No.
before you got to the refugee camp?
Still in Vietnam.
Still in Vietnam?
Yes,
because the boat had to be
yes,
after all.
yes, to the very small island. Everyone want to go somewhere have to go to by the small boat. They have to go like this to shop or to buy something.
Okay.
No people live there much.
So this is still, you're still waiting
In Vietnam.
to get out?
Oh yes. Oh, so sad. But I feel like, I found that. Like I say, I am honest people, I know. But that time I afraid people just say thank you, but don't let me borrow money. They know I have no money, how can I give them back, So I have to keep it and then sell that. Then I get that money, eat for 2 more days. The family can have some meat to eat. The few days before, it's only rice, Yeah, finally, yes, money we sell and we pay for food and we go. Yes.
And your husband did not come with you?
No.
Where was he?
Because he in, army, so so they told him to keep him, yeah.
So he was arrested or?
Yeah.
He was sent to a camp, a re-education camp?
I don't know where, yes, yeah.
And how long then, once you were able to pay and the boat is fixed, how long were you actually on the water?
I think 6 or 7 days there.
And how many people were on this boat?
200 something, 240 people, yeah.
On a boat for 6 days?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. This napkin I can use it. Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine that was not an easy trip.
Oh no, not easy. Yeah. And my sister gets sick when we stop, the island to fix it. She was how to say phun dữa. She was sick person, like a mental, slow, everything slow. But normally she okay, not too bad, But since that day, we have to go down from the boat to the island to fix it at night. maybe she's too scary, and she gets sick from there. More and more, yes. Now she's still sick. Yes.
Is she here in the U.S.?
Yes.
Is she in Minnesota?
Yes. She go with our family. Yes.
And so, how did you look after your kids on that 6-day journey?
Oh, that me family. We all together. Family always help together. Yes. My brother, sister. Yes. My parents. Yeah.
And so 6 days on the water, and then you land in Malaysia,
Yes.
right? And there's a camp there.
Yes.
A refugee camp.
Yes. Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
Pudong.
Okay.
Bidong. Yeah.
Bidong.
Bidong.
Yep.
Yeah.
B-I, yep.
Bidong. Yes.
And how long were you at the camp?
11 months.
And what,
Long time.
can you describe for us what that camp was
How
like?
to look like?
Yeah, what did it look like? What was
I
it like to
know,
be
it's so sad. When we get there, we have nothing. 15 people, we have no money, no money, nothing. Only cái miếng ni lông để trải, how to say? Yeah, we have one piece. Normally people do they go to camp and they, like a tent, yeah, that one, we have that. My brother had to go find the wood to do like camp, and the plastic put on the floor, 15 people just lay down to sleep. I have to sleep this way, hold the youngest daughter on my hand, like this, only 6 months, and then like this, and all the 15 people. So sad. And yes, my brother, I have 4 brothers there. Every day they have to go to the mountain, go up the mountain, get the wood, to build like house, not house, just a say house, just to build. Yes, and get the wood to cook. We have no pot to cook rice. We only have the milk, the can like this big, bigger than this one. My mother bring from Vietnam because I have 6-month daughter. She had to bring that, put water there, with. So that's why we have 4 of them there. So my mother had to tie it and get the wood, go like this, like you go camping, right? And then hang the bottle there to cook water. All day cook water, and they give some, not rice, they give what, I forgot, fish in a can, and bean, so heat up to eat. All day sit there, do it for 15 people eat. My 4 brothers every day go up to the mountain to get the wood.
So they had to go get the wood to build your own provisions.
Yes.
So you could take care of your family.
Yes, yeah. So I take care of my 4 kids there that time. My father helped me, Yeah. But on that island, we live total 11 months, right? But I have my brother, older brother, and girlfriend. That time did not marry, still girlfriend, And the younger brother, they go to Canada. Yeah, after 4 months, they live there 4 months. They go. And then other brother with the girlfriend go to Australia.
And are both of those families still One in Canada and one in Australia?
Yeah, still, yeah, because they have some relative go there first. So they got accepted to there. But our family then have 10 more people, that me and my 4 children and sister, the one gets sick, and the younger sister, my parents. The reason we stayed there longer because my sister's sick, the mental one. She went to hospital for a few months. My mother go with her. That's why we stayed there long, 11 months. Yeah, yeah.
Now, these camps, were they run by Americans? Were they run by the United Nations? Do you know? And maybe you don't.
I don't know, yes.
And the reason I ask is, was there any attempt, you know, I assume the purpose of you being in those camps was so that you could resettle, whether it was in Canada or Australia or the United States, all of which are English-speaking countries. Was there any assistance to help you learn how to speak English, for example?
At that time, we didn't go to, I don't think have school, whatever. But we know a little because we all in high school have English class.
So when you were in Vietnam, you
Yes.
were learning English in school?
Yes, yes. Yeah, my brother, yeah, they all know some English, yes.
So you were there for, the rest of you were there for 11 months.
Yes.
And then what eventually led to your coming to the United States?
We have no choice. We just sit there, wait, whoever whoever accept us.
So you had a sponsor,
Yeah,
or you had to have.
I don't have anyone in U.S. My brother, 2 brothers, they have relatives go there first, so they have like a sponsor go, you know. But these 10 people stay there, we don't know. Either go to Canada or either go to Australia. We okay because brother there. But the end, U.S. accept us, so we have to go. Yes, we don't want to stay there too long. 11
And so
months.
did you come straight to Minnesota?
Yes,
And that's because, who sponsored you?
good question. The church. Mhm.
And so the church is here,
Yes,
in Minneapolis?
yes,
So
yes,
that's how you ended up
yes,
in snowy, cold Minnesota.
yes. Yeah, I'm
What
s-
time of year did you get here? Do you remember?
the year, okay, should be before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Thanksgiving. I don't remember how many days before, but I really remember is someone come to my place. They say we live that apartment, you know. They knock the door and they bring the one big tray chicken in. I say, wow, sorry, I have to say that, okay? I say, American, everyone's so big, guy, you know, the chicken is big too. I'm so dumb, you know. I say, wow, chicken's so big, and you know, we was so hungry long time, you know, never have chicken. I say, so nice, so happy, and bring in, that's a church of people. Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Give to our family. My goodness, one chicken, we whole family eat 3 days, not finish. So big. It's a happy and memory, remember. So around that time we come to U.S. Yes.
So, and all of you were living in one apartment?
Yes.
How many bedrooms?
10
10
people. Only 3 rooms.
3 rooms.
Yes. Of me and my 4 children in one big room, one big bed, because they still young, 4 years old and 3 years old and 2 and 6 months, and me.
So
We
you
all
fit.
squeeze in one bed. Yes. Yeah.
And well, you've already talked a little bit about one of your first experiences is having this big chicken
Yeah.
arrived at your door
Yes.
for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
What else do you remember about those first few days or weeks in Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. And when we get off the airplane, and one Vietnamese person, and put my name like this, Young Lan Hong. And I see my name. Oh, I'm so happy someone come, because we have no idea how, And he speak Vietnamese with me, and so I don't know how many car, maybe 2 car drive all 10 people go back home. That is the place is Emerson and Broadway. Yes, that's a house, but they rent the upstairs. So we 10 people lived in upstairs. The owner is still in the lower level. Yeah, we lived there, and then come into the house. The thing is happy too. The Vietnamese, that gentleman say, "This is the rice." We have rice. I thought we go to U.S. we have to eat bread every day. Yes, we see, this is the rice. Oh, I'm so happy. And then open the refrigeration. This is the pork. I said, oh, we have pork to eat.
Something familiar.
Yes. And some other thing too. Oh, we're so happy. We say, oh, we come here, we have a lot of food. We are afraid we have no money to buy food. Really, I don't have money, So food every day there, oh, good. Then like every week, the church people come to give me ride to like a country store that time, not cup food, to buy some food, yeah, yes. They didn't give me the money, but they just pay whatever I buy. So I just buy enough for 1 week to eat, or something we need to use, yeah.
So what was the hardest thing to get used to in Minnesota?
Hard, the weather, cold. Yes, one day I wear so many clothes to walk outside. I still, cold like this, because the pants not warm enough, and the shoes are not warm enough. So even though I wear 4 or 5 here, but still cold. That's thing, yeah. Otherwise, everything's people so nice. People so nice here. Everywhere we go, people see, say hi, Yes, that's nice.
And this was 1979?
78.
78.
No, 79, I'm
79
sorry.
that you
Yeah,
were
yes,
here.
yeah.
78,
78, we in the camp.
Okay,
Yeah,
so 79.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And so now your family is here, most
Yeah.
of your family is here in Minnesota, and you're figuring out how to live here and adjusting to the cold. How does your family start earning money?
Yes. Okay, we all come to U.S. except that time we have 10 people, right? Go to U.S., right? My father, they find out my father have some problem, health, keep him in the camp still. So we all come here, first. After 2 months, he come. So they find out no problem, then they come, yeah. And then 2 months when he come, and then I'm sorry, I start go to school to learn English. Yeah, like ESL, yeah.
Where did you go?
Oh, far away, 3 bus to there. First, the people in the church give me ride to there. It's Como, St. Paul Como. Yeah, a long times ago, and snow. They give me ride to their school. I think 2 hours, something like that. And someone come pick me up. I say, oh, and the second day, do that same. Morning, someone come pick me up, send to school. After 2 hours, school done, and then other people come to pick me up. I feel bad. I say, oh, and some older people too, you know. I feel bad. I say, oh, every day people send me to school and you pick me up, you know, like that. And I ask, can you teach me how to take the bus? I asked them, take the bus. And she say, oh, okay, you know. And she get one day go with me, you know, to a bus. So we live in Emerson, right? Broadway, Emerson. Take one bus to downtown. And then one bus to, I don't know where. And then stay there, keep one more bus to the school. So 3 bus. Có, làm sao start, Yeah. Yes, thì nói cái này trước because I just start say school thing, you know, school first. School, that after I know the bus way, I take the bus every day to school. Then they don't need to pick me up and send me there. I feel, bad, so I take the bus. After 2 months school, they send me to different school. They see I'm okay. That's too easy for me. Send me to the Lake Street, whatever school there. I forgot it, on Lake Street. So I go take a test, and that I get the higher level and study there. And then the church people ask me, "Do you want to go to work?" I say yes, go to work. So after we come to U.S. only, I think it's 4 months. Then I start go to work.
And where did you work?
Leamington Hotel, Waikiki room. In there they have Waikiki room. You remember? Yes. Okay. I go to work there, and my mother want to go to work too. And I both go to interview. People only accept me because I know English a little. My mother, nothing. Did not accept. I say, no, you need to accept my mother work too.
So you didn't take the job unless they would hire her as well.
Yeah, no, I say, yeah, would you please, take my mother too? I work together, I will tell her what to do, work in the same place. Then they accept. That's why how we start to have job there. My mother was so hard to find, no English. So me and my mother worked there for 4 years. My mother worked so well, so good there. Everyone liked her. She like a bus person only, but she do the job very good, and we worked there 4 years too. And after I work 1 year, they see me and my mother work so good. They ask my father, come to work. I say, yes, my father want to work too. My father come, do the chef, cooking in Leamington Hotel, Waikiki room.
Had he done that before? Any kind of work like that?
No, he was he was like doctor in Vietnam.
Right.
Like this only, the writing only. But he like a cook in the family. Once for a while, he tell my mother, you rest, you take a break, let me cook. And he cooked. He cooks so good, I like it. That's why, but come to US, he have to earn money though. What job he can do? So he have to work. Wow, I know, he's not a big guy, just, small guy. But to walk that big, he go like this. I see that every day. I work in the front, he work in the kitchen. I see that. So, but finally, in head chef, like at him, he cook good. When it's a busy time, to walk at the same time. He can do it too. He's so good. Yes. Oh, my father, yeah, I proud him. He never, do in Vietnam, but to US, he have to do that. Wow, for like, he worked there for like 2.5 years, almost 3 years, And the business a little bit going down that time. So my father maybe stopped working there a few months, and then they closed. Yeah, the Waikiki room closed. Yeah.
And is it?
I work until they close. Yeah, so for a year. Yeah.
And is it at that point then that he decides he wants to open?
Not yet.
Or not yet.
Not
What
yet.
does he do next?
Not yet. Then my mother. So that's why in the family, 3 people working, right? Me, my mother work, and my father work. And I have one brother. He go to work in the restaurant too. Yeah. So 4 people working. Yeah, except this young, yeah, small. Yes, and then I find other job right away, restaurant too, other job right away. I didn't get any, unemployment, whatever, I work continue. Those time for a year I working at night, daytime I go to school. So I continue school, every day. And I work at night. That's why I choose a restaurant job, because I can work at night.
Where were you going to school?
School in the Hennepin now. How to say that? MTI? No. Cái trường học dạy nghề á.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right
Hennepin.
downtown.
Yes,
So
yes.
Minneapolis Community College.
Community college, right. Yes, that's still new, that time I go there. Yes.
And what were you studying?
I study programming.
Computer programming.
Computer programming, yes, because I like it, So I studied there for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years, yeah. The time so hard to get job, because so many people study computer, so many. But I don't have experience, because I work in the restaurant. I'm not working for like computer job, and so hard to find a job. But I'm not disappointed. I continue my job. Every day I still have job, Yeah, so that's why. And then later, I cannot find computer job. I work in dentist. So I have 2 jobs. Before was a school and work. Later, no more school, stop school, and I work 2 jobs. Work 2 jobs. So total is 8 years. To 1988, we start to open the business.
And so those are busy years.
Oh, yes. They hardly to see me, my children, tell you true. Because the morning I go to school. After school, I go to work directly. I'm not go home because time. So I stop by hamburger, eat 69-cent hamburger. 69 cheeseburger. I eat that. And then go to work the restaurant, because the restaurant at night they give you some food, so I don't need to spend money to eat that. So I try to save money too. Yeah, and how to do the business. So my father friend, they opened the shop, grocery store, and they have herbs. They hiring my father come to work, because my father know the herbs. Yeah. That's my father's friend, they open. And he worked there for like, I think 2 years, 1.5 years, something like that. They closed down the business. So my mother say, why don't you and your daughter, that mean talk to my father, say, why don't you and daughter, that mean me, to open one. Yes. And we try, because my father already worked for 1.5 years, he know something, business here. And I was work 2 jobs all the time. So he want to open, then try to find a place to open. Wow, go to Lake Street, Lindale, all big building, and the rent is too expensive. Finally, we found the place on 11th Street, very small, only $400 per month. I'm so happy. But very small, 1,600 square feet. Yes, tiny, no parking. Yeah, but 400, we feel like safe, But only 1 year 400, but next year we're 500, like that, yeah. So,
And were you still living in North Minneapolis at the time?
We lived in Emerson 2 years. Then the owner say they need to get the space back. They don't let rent anymore. Yes. That time, our family, that means me and my parents, say, we go to buy the house because we have 10 people. Hardly to rent this place and have to pay every month, So my parents agree to buy house. And I start to tell the church people, say we want to buy house. Say, buy house? Okay. I am really gang, how to say? Courageous, I guess. You know. Only 2 years here,
That's very brave.
Because in Vietnam, we always have house. We don't need to pay rent. We don't need to. Then I thinking, we should buy house. Then we don't need to pay rent, But we didn't think about the money, okay? So funny. And the church people bring me around on the Minneapolis. See those houses so old, every house so old, come in, I want to get out, I don't want to live. Then that time I remember, 65,000, the house, some 70,000 house, but very old. Then I don't want to buy because I don't have any man. My father very old already, My brother go to work all the time. I have 4 kids. If something wrong, I cannot fix it. And no money to pay people fix it, I scared that. So I say, no, I don't want to buy the old house. And then the money, okay, how can we buy the bigger house? I buy the newspaper. I take a look. House for sale, I take a look. That time, the interest rate 13%, it's a low. Normal is 15 to 17%. That time, 13 is the lowest one. Then I calculate how much we have to down payment and how much payment, something like that. We're doing some close number. I know how to figure out that, I said, oh no, like that, we want good house, we cannot afford that. And I see some contract 4D. Contract 4D is easier, right? So then I start to look at the house, the contract 4D only. I don't need to pay 13% or 15% interest because Cantor 40, they have the lower interest, some 6%, some 8% at that time. Finally, we found a house in Brooklyn Park that Cantor 40, 8%. House only built 5 years, new house. I'm so happy. That house have 4 bedroom, 2 bedroom up and down have 2. And then we need down payment. We worked for many, this 2 years we save money, right? And ask brother in Canada help put together 20,000 down payment. We buy the house at 80,000. 80,000 brand new, only 5 years. But lucky is interest rate only 8%. So that's why we afford the payment. Yes, that's how we get the house there that time. If I don't use my brand, then I never can buy the good house, new house, by the old.
So you were living in that house?
That house.
When you and your father?
Yes, 10 people live that house, but still okay, house is clean because it's new, We're not worried about fixing things, yeah. Yeah, we live there until we do the business. After I do business, now we come to the business. We do the business there for that address. I do for like first year is not busy. Second year start more people coming. People coming saying no parking. I want to come help you, but no place to park, I say sorry, sorry. And then one day, one guy park in some people's spot, After he buys something, come out, no car. Car tow, get tow. Have to pay $100. That time, $100 to get the car. He's so sad. He say, come help me. Then the car get towed. I take $100, give to him. Go get the car back. I feel bad, people won't help me, the business, Give him 100. He say, thank you, go get the car. After 1 month, one more time like that to other lady. And I give her 100 to get the car too. I think, oh my goodness, if a business go better and no place park, and people keep, car towing, I have to give them money, then, it's not right now. I start to thinking, we have to find a different place. If we have more business, I need a different place. And I drive by Nicolette here. I see my store now. On the window, big sign for sale. I say, wow, this place good, have parking, building's good. But I scared to ask. I don't think I can buy it. Big building. I don't think I can buy it. Just drive. I go look, but never can find it, And I don't know, after a few months, how many months, I forgot. I see the sign, take it out. For sale, a sign, take it out. And people fixing the brick and those things. I say, this is so. I go down to ask what? See how much they sell. So funny. I just want that. I don't want to say I buy it. I know I have not enough money to buy, Come down to ask them, did the building sell already? They say, no. You want to buy it? The time I have to say yes. The guy give me phone number. He is the maintenance guy for the house. But I didn't know him. I just asked him, and he gave me phone number. And I go back to my shop and call. And say, the building, I see the building for sale, whatever. he say, you want to buy, you have to wait 3 months. Wait 3 months. That means maybe somebody offer or whatever that time, I cannot, say yes. Then I put one side, and I still don't know how much yet, right? So, yeah, after 3 months, he called me. You still want to buy? Because when he talked to me first time, I say, I have one small grocery store there, address and my phone number, yeah. So after 3 months, he called me, you still want to buy it? I say, yes. How much? 400,000. He say, oh, when I hear 400, I'm so happy. I thought there will be million, so big place. Happy, but still don't know yet. So I say, yes, can I take a look inside the building? He say, yes. And then make up the day, appointment the day. I go to there that day. I park there, snow, a lot snow, underground, a lot. I park there, and then the car come. 2 gentlemen. One is 85 years old. The other one, 91 years old. Because later I find out their age, So old, 2 gentlemen. Walk out to the door, open the door to let me go in. I said, oh my goodness. So much snow like that, they still come to show me. Come in the house, the building to take a look. They have door this side already locked. I go in the middle park, but the door have glass. I take a look. I say, oh, the ceiling not too bad, not too low one, high. And the floor, like this floor, good floor. You know why I say good floor? I don't need to spend money to the floor. Because the grocery store, they need to do certain kinds of floor. I see that floor, I'm so happy. I say, this building, we don't need to spend money. We just clean up and move in, the equipment, this. I say, I like it. And in the back side, big warehouse. And he say he don't have key to open. I said, that's okay, because I see they so old, I don't want to bother them too much. I say, that's okay, I like it. And then we go home. Go back, and then we make appointment to put the earnest money and talk the price, Yeah. So before I go, I know 400,000, right, he say, right? And I try to ask around here, the building, see, around how much, those kinds of. Then I thinking, maybe I ask them 320 or 330, if that price is a good price. The highest, 350. That's I thinking, Okay, let's go. And he say, you need to bring the check, right? $5,000 earnest money. I have to bring the check, there, and write the check 5,000 earnest money. Then, the owner, 91 years old owner, tell me, sit down. I always remember, he's so nice. He get the paper. He write, I sell you 350. Yes, and 8% contract for D. Wow, good number for me. Good number for me, right? And he say, first 5 years, no principal, only interest. I'm happy too, because lower payment, 5 years, And I still ask, can you do 330? I still ask, Say no, only this price. I say, yes. I have to take it. But he say no, then I have to take it. Oh, so I feel so lucky. I feel so lucky. Like God give to me. I feel that, very lucky. And so nice owner. Then, that lawyer, he come to my place every month to get my check. He's so nice. The owner too. So finally, and then do the paperwork. I have to back and forth 2 times. Second time come in, he get the letter to let me see. Someone want to buy the building 20,000 more. You want to sell? Ask me. I mean I earn 20,000. I say no. I need the place. And then I don't know. After a week or 2 weeks, I come for the paperwork again. He showed me one more a letter, 50,000 more. Oh, I say no. I need the space because my space no parking. This is the big parking I like. So I need place to do my business. Yeah, he say if you want to sell the 50,000 for you, he say that. I say no.
So he was basically saying you could have made $50,000 by flipping that right away.
Yes.
But
yeah.
you needed the space.
Yes, do the business. Yes, so I didn't take that. I say thank you, no. Yeah, but he did very nice, I
So
can
good
say.
experience for you.
Yes.
You had good interactions with the people who sold you the building.
Yes.
And the lawyer.
Yes, very nice. Yeah.
Now, was your father around still at this time and
Oh.
involved in all of this transition?
No, to buy the building, I myself to do it because my father was so old age already. I don't want he take care of those. Yeah.
Was he still involved? Was he still working at the store and doing that? You just didn't want to burden him with the...
Right. He only take care of the herbs. He take care of the herbs. Christina at that time is helping my father, the herbs. And like my whole family, all my 4 kids, help in the store. She helped the most. She that time 16, right? 16, 17, yeah.
It's the same thing, the oldest daughter.
Yes,
Oldest child.
yeah. She a lot like me when I was young. She helped a lot, learned a lot. So yeah.
And so you moved into this location in 1991.
92 or 91, the end 91, something like, yeah,
okay.
kind of like that.
And really, it was the specific space that appealed to you and the fact that you could get it for a reasonable price from people that you trusted.
Yes.
That is what brought you, and it had a parking lot.
Yes.
So you didn't have to keep paying for your customers' toll tags.
Yes.
So do you remember what Whittier was like at that time? What the neighborhood was like? Was it once you moved in, was it a good place?
The area for me, I don't think it's bad, but not like nice now. So many buildings still kind of old. Some Oriental business like grocery store, small but old, kinds of old, yeah. And the restaurant, Quang was but when I'm there, Quang already have small one in the small alley, yeah. Dynam, Rainbow still in the alley.
Yeah,
You remember Cross Street? Yeah. So the street kind of looks old, but it's not too bad. When I do business, sometimes someone come say, oh, before they kind of scared, come to neglect, Some people say that. But when we do business there, we don't see much thing happen. Yeah.
So you didn't have problems?
No problem. And my business is booming. Booming. Since I moved there, only 6 months after, booming. So busy. And I tell you true, make it the street always like a traffic because people come to my shop. Yeah.
So you brought a lot of business into the neighborhood.
A a lot. Wow, people come in and say, oh, this Nicollet before quiet, now it's like traffic all the time. So many cars back and forth, they go into my shop. My shop was like uh, three station, always a long line, busy.
So who were
Yeah.
your customers? Who
Uh,
were they and how did they find you?
Vietnamese most and some Chinese. Hmong just some, not a lot, but most are Vietnamese because we came from Vietnam, so we know the food. Vietnamese, they like it, and also we are Chinese too, so I, carry Chinese food some, yeah. So that time's business booming, so make the area so different, busy everywhere, yeah.
Were your customers mostly people from the neighborhood? Did they come from further out?
From out, because those time outside, suburb, they didn't have an Oriental shop a lot. Even though they have, but very tiny, but small, not enough, ingredient. We take care a lot because our store big enough to carry, so many things, and especially vegetable. I carry a lot of vegetable. People like it.
So people, by word of mouth, they heard
Yes.
that if this is the kind of vegetable you want,
Yes.
these particular foods
Yes.
that they couldn't get elsewhere,
Right.
they could get it at.
Yeah, talk to a friend, where you want to shop, go to Trong Tan. We are famous.
Well, yes.
Yes.
That's some good coverage.
Transit, yes.
So,
Yeah.
so tell me a little bit more about, just double checking our time here, about what you sell. What do you sell the most of?
In my store, vegetable, I can say. Vegetable, we come 2 times a week. Monday and Friday, 2 shipment, because we want to keep it fresh. We don't want to come one time a lot to sell the whole week, So we split 2 times, Monday and Friday, and we buy a lot of vegetable because we carry so many kinds. One time I count 70 different ones.
70?
70. Whole thing. Yeah, it includes the root, okay? Includes the root. And yeah. So that's why we buy 2 times. And then fruit, like a mango and all kinds of fruit seasoning. Yeah, yes. We sell that more. And dry food, like Vietnamese, like eat the rice noodle, rice noodle and pho. Now people eat a lot pho, yes. And the rice paper to spring roll, those things we sell a lot too. Yeah, a lot too.
And do you have white or Caucasian customers who are coming in and trying these things?
Oh yes,
also?
yes, a lot. Right now, a lot people come in by pho, pho stuff. Yes.
Very popular.
Right, very popular and good one. When after you eat that, you feel comfortable. Yeah. Yeah.
And do you still sell herbs?
Yes.
So you have some medicinal products as well, the herbs?
Yes. When my father is still here, he very busy. Every day. Every day, non-stop for him. He work a lot. The time she helping my father, non-stop work until no time eat lunch. Yeah, have to tell customers, can you wait, let him go eat because he hungry.
Was he doing the same thing here that he was in Vietnam? So he was doing diagnoses and checking pulse and tongue and eyes?
Yes.
So he was doing the same thing?
Yes. Do you believe? First, we just are thinking do some for Vietnamese or Chinese because we already believe the herbs since in Vietnam, You don't know. 80% people is American coming. Do you believe? 80% coming to see my father. Most go to doctor many times, doesn't help. Then he come to my father can help. So happy. So that's why they tell friend and friend come. My father didn't put advertise, newspaper, whatever. No. He just limit, he just wouldn't want to do some, but people keep coming, ask him help. So he did help a lot. Right now, after he passed away, some American customer come to see my father picture. They say, I remember this is a great man. Yeah, so many.
That's a nice legacy.
Yeah, my father very nice. Yeah, and knowledge about the herbs, so he helping. Even though one lady now she tell me. Before she didn't tell me. She say, how nice your father, do you know? When I just come to US, I'm very sick. I come here many times to get the herbs. But I don't have much money, so sometimes she tell my father, say, I don't have a lot of money, you just give me a little first, My father say, don't worry, just take it. You don't need to pay me. Whenever you have money, you bring it. So she come every week to get the herbs. She take a lot of herbs. She get well, no more sick. She always remember. And just the last year, she come to my shop, she tell me that, oh, so nice. She say, wow, I always remember your father.
So your father and now you,
Yes.
through your store, have
Yes.
made some really strong connections to the community, it sounds like.
Oh, yes.
And they've come to know you and rely on you
Yes.
and bring you business.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you take care of them.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now,
I'm going to make one small adjustment.
Yep. Sure.
Oh, sorry, maybe I'm moving. I sit here and go up to here.
So you were talking earlier about there being, like, Kwang was here when you were here, when they were still small and across the street. Rainbow was across the street.
Yes.
And now they're both on the other side of the street, much bigger.
Yes.
And have been here like you.
Yes.
For many years.
Yes. Because after we moved here, the business booming and make it, the area so crowded and more Vietnamese people come here shop and people stop by to Quang to eat, stop by to the, all the restaurant. So that's why they all get more business. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I feel that, and then everyone have more business, so they start to buy the building.
Yep.
Quang buy the building.
Yep.
And Rainbow buy the building too.
Which is a little bit
Later than me, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that it's an important thing to own your building rather than to rent it.
Yes, you pay
have more
to,
invested in the
yes.
community, you have more control over
Yes.
what happens.
yes,
And so you kind of, because you were here early on, you helped build each other's business.
yes,
People would come to one place and go to the other.
yes,
And now,
yes. Phở Tàu Bai, Phở Tàu Bai, same thing. We have a lot of customer here. After shop, they go there eat. And Quang too, yeah.
Now, do you now, or have you in the past had a lot of interaction with those other business owners along Nicollet? Did you work together? Did you coordinate plans?
No, we do by own. Yeah, we come, we say hi. Just when they come to my shop, say hi, or go there, say hi. Just a nice talk. But we don't have like something planned for the business. No.
Nothing
Yeah.
formal.
Yeah, nothing.
And do you remember those I guess it was about a year, 1997, when the street, when Nicollet Avenue was all torn up and being improved. Did that affect your business at all?
1997, they do the street, is that right? Oh yeah, few months, yes.
Was it,
It's a slow down,
yes.
yes, slow down. But we understand because I have to fix it. But my place a little bit lucky, have the alley.
So a different point of
Yeah, people can, go in my parking from the other street. So it did affect some, that's not a lot, yeah.
Were you supportive of that whole streetscape project? Did you like it?
Oh yes, I like it.
So you
Yes.
think it was worth it?
Oh yes, yes, very nice after done, I like it, yeah.
How did it change the street?
I think the street, they make it of course, nicer, and the sidewalk, they do the sidewalk brand new. Tree, yeah, everything looks like new, nice, yeah.
So ultimately, it was a good thing, even if it was disruptive.
Yes, good thing, yeah, good thing, yeah.
Now, it was also that same year, around 1997, when Jeremy Iggers, who was the restaurant critic for the Star Tribune, wrote an article and called this part of Nicollet Eat Street,
Yes,
which is a little bit different. I mean, he's talking about restaurants in particular, but I think I have to look again to see if he mentions Trong Tan in his article. But
Here,
lots of articles.
in
lots
here, she mentioned about that because our business is so good, and bring a lot people in this area. So this area booming, and like I say, all the restaurants become too busy. Even though Blackford, they say that too, So that's why every business grow up good, and then so they put East Street. That time here on Nicollet, I count like 8 grocery store on this Nicollet, Oriental, Asian, 8, but some small. But we are the bigger one.
Are you the biggest?
Yes, biggest
Asian
one.
Grocery probably.
Yes, the market bigger than other. Second is Songhe. You know Songhe?
Yep.
Songhe, yeah. Songhe before small, but they buy next and open up later. Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about who helps you run your business now. We know that Christina was very involved. Is she still? Do your other kids help? Do you have staff? Who helps you run the business?
Yeah. The earlier is Christina, have other, small kids, but Christina the most. And me and my father. My father take the herbs, she back and forth. And later, my younger daughter helping me, my youngest one, helping me back and forth everywhere, whatever need, she help, Now they all have family, and my father passed away, so the herbs slow down. So whoever want to buy herbs, I know I can sell or I can put together. I do it, Of course, not sell like my father. My father do more. And then my son start to help me a few years ago. He take care a lot of things in the store. Yes.
And have you hired people outside your family to help also?
Oh, yes. Yeah, in the shop, we have some helper like in meat area or in veggie and cashew. Yes, yeah.
And what is, if I were to walk into your store tomorrow and say I've never been there,
Yes.
what would you say? You must buy these things. These are the things that I would like you to try.
Should I say that to you?
Yeah.
I never say you must buy this one.
Well, no, probably not the best business approach, but if I asked you,
Yes.
what would you say?
Yes, and yeah, if you come in, you want something, but I will ask you what you're going to cook. You know, you mix soup or you want stir fry. You know, something you tell me what what you make, and then for example, you say I want stir fry like veggie. For example, like that, then I will show you this is a good veggie to stir fry, good for your health or whatever. And the sauce, if you want more tasty, maybe you can use the oyster sauce a little, or you want to stir fry with chicken or beef or whatever, you can add that to make it good. That's I will suggest, you know. Or you want mixed soup, something for healthy, something for healthy. Then I will show lotus root because not many people know the lotus. You know lotus root, right? To make soup, to eat, it's good for your health, for circulation thing. Yeah. It's few things, see what customer need, then I will show, yes.
And do you still work? Are you there every day?
Before, 7 days per week. Every time people come to my shop, see me, never short. 7 days, from 9 o'clock to 7. We open at 9, right? Close at 7 every day. Except every year I go vacation for a few weeks, then that's it. Yeah, otherwise 7 days. Yes, but these 2 years, I only work for like 2 or 3 days. Yes, a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, take care of the herbs. Yeah. Yeah, because some people still need some herbs. They try to come Saturday and Sunday to get. Yeah, I do whatever I know, yes. So weekday, sometimes I come, but not like really, every day, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when did your father die?
1998, yes.
And what about your mother?
My mother is still here.
She is?
Yes,
Okay.
she's 84 years old now. She's weak, the feet, very weak. So I have to take care of her at home a lot. So that's why I not go to store a lot. Yeah.
So you're still busy, just in a
Oh,
different,
yes, yes.
different way.
Different way. Sometimes I feel, before I never cook. Now I have to cook. Because I always have school and work or 2 jobs, and then have business 7 days per week. I never cook.
How could you have? No
Never
time.
cook, no time, Now I have to cook. Sometimes I stand there, I didn't cook for many years, now I have to cook. So funny.
Do you like to cook?
Yes, but sometimes I feel like I want to business more than cook. Yes, yeah,
Now,
but no choice.
Was your mother involved in the store, in running it, or?
Not really, not really. She take care of family more. While we have business, like she cook at home, and then my father come home have food to eat, or we, like that. Yeah. Once for a while, she helps some herbs and need to steam it or do whatever. Just once for a while. My father asked her to do it, help. Yes.
It's quite a long family history.
Oh yes. Yeah. Our family working together. Yes.
So, I'm going to have one kind of concluding question for you, and then I'll see if there's anything else you want to say. But it sounds like, from the conversation that we just had, and from the reality of your life, that your family's experiences as immigrants and refugees have been really important to how you have built your business and how you have lived your lives in Minnesota. And I'm gonna, we're living in a time right now where the subjects of immigrants and immigration and refugees are very controversial. And there's a lot of conversation about who should come to the United States and in what circumstances and what their role should be. So my question for you is, what would you like people to know about your experiences or your family's experiences or the experiences in general of immigrants and refugees? What's important for other people in Minnesota to know about that?
Yes. I think when you come to the different country, first of all, language very important. Have to go to school right away to learn. And plus, if you have chance to go to work, even part-time, just go to work. And when you work, you will learn something and get some experience. And time come, you English better, maybe you can get better job or start a business, whatever. Yes, that's how I think. That's what I do when I come. Only 2 months, and I start the school all the time for many years. But all the time have job, work, non-stop. Yeah, non-stop. Yeah.
You work really hard, not only to earn a living, but to learn English, to
Yes.
adapt.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there any advice you would give to anybody who would want to open their own store?
Excuse me again?
Do you have advice for somebody who would want to open their own store? Here's what you should do to make it successful.
Oh. If the person, very close friend, or they ask me some, then I would like to tell, yes, I do, yes.
What do you think has been the secret of your success? What
Secret.
or is it a secret?
Yes.
That's kind of,
Yes, yes, you're right. You ask, yeah, I know when you do business, how come people like it you so much, And I always think people have money in the pocket. They can go everywhere to buy it. They don't need to come to your store, my store. But you have to do some, they like it, they want to come to my store. Then how?
Mm-hmm.
How? That's a secret.
That's the secret. All right, Mom's word, proprietary information.
That I always think like that way, Number one, I always nice to my customers. They come, I always nice. Even though the customer very stingy. Sorry, I have to say that. Sorry, or whatever, too much question, whatever, I still nice. I still nice to them. I am not like, oh, I hate these people. I never do that. I still nice to them, polite. If they ask me something, I always tell them it's true, whatever. And also people come in, ask me, this mango, are they sweet? Ask me. Because I know. I purchase, I know. Of course, sometimes very sweet, very good. I tell them good and sweet, Sometimes not that good. Sometimes the season almost over, and they have fiber and not too sweet. I say, this mango is okay, not that sweet, and little fiber. If you really want to eat, just buy a little. Yeah, it's not that sweet. I tell the customer true like this. Other customer come in, say, she listen to me. I say, my goodness, I never see anyone do business like you. You tell customer like that, so truly think like that. And I smile, and she smile. She say, no wonder you're so busy.
Because you're honest, and people like
Yes,
that.
yes. I always tell the fruit, if I don't know, I say, sorry, I didn't try, I didn't eat, I don't know. You can buy a little, you don't buy a lot to see, something I know for sure, I will tell them, this is good. Yeah, buy it. You know, one lady come in say, Hung say good is good. Tell Hung, say, Hung say good is good. She trusts 100% because she tried to buy so many things in my store, and she asked me, I tell her, good or no good, whatever she buy, come home exactly what I say. So she trusts me like more than 100%. She always come by Vietnamese, okay. Cô Hân nói cái nào ngon là ngon, tốt là tốt. They mean, say good is good. So many people come in, ask me, I tell them true. So they trust me a lot. I think that is the key, make the business good. You know, people trust. People trust. Come in, you know, sometime mother's busy, tell the son come in to buy things. Mother say, have to ask me.
You've got quite a good reputation.
Then the son come to find me, oh, you're here. My mother say, buy this and that, whatever. Okay, I show him buy. And sometime he come, he say, which one's good, better, whatever. I tell him, which good. And she go, wow, next time you come, oh, you tell me right, so good, whatever. And then he say, before I didn't ask, I buy. My mother yell at me, or my wife yell at me, you buy it. Yeah, so funny, yeah. So do the business, I think, honest to customers, honest, yes. And nice to people. Yeah, so that means they come all the time. Like I say, they have money, they come to my place first. That's how we do the business. Yeah.
So I could ask you another month worth of questions, but I'm not going to, so you can go. But is there anything else that you want to say before we end the interview? Anything we didn't talk about that you think is important?
Oh, I don't know. I keep talking, but I don't know.
That's great.
I don't know. Is that the thing you want to know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Say, right now I am retired. 66. In April, I'm 67. Yes. And my business still there. Yeah. My sons are running. Yes. And right now, the business is not like booming like before. Yeah, slow down. The reason slow down, I always ask myself, say, did we do something wrong? And people not coming like before, and it's not. Because my customers come in to buy one for a while, come to me, say, sorry, I didn't come every week like before. Because now in the suburb, everywhere have grocery store. Everywhere. And my house, go to that store only 5 minutes. I don't need to drive to here. I understand. I say, I understand, but thank you, you stop by one for a while. I tell them, you stop by one for a while, Yeah, I understand, because time change, everywhere open, and big store too, big market. Yeah. So that's why the customers spread out. Just come to Nicollet whenever they need something on Nicollet or close here, then they stop by. Yeah, that's why we slow down. Yes, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hon,
Yeah.
for talking to us and for sharing your story as part of the Eat Street project. It's a
Yeah.
really important one, and very grateful that you did it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm so glad we do Nicholas blooming. Now it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was.
I don't know. I keep talking, but I don't know
Oh,
what.
That's great.
That's what we want you to do.
Yes, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. And I
Yeah.
had to work really hard not to respond more
Uh-huh.
to you because I wanted to make sure that